This is more than an upgrade. It is a TECNO Camon 30 Pro, arguably the best value for money mid-range smartphone right now, and I can explain. For 538,000 Naira or $400, nothing in this category this year comes close. You get 144Hz refresh rate, the Dimensity 8200, 70 watts fast charging, and even a wireless earbud alongside this case. Now I know you want to find out how possible this is and also what the catch is, and so without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. The unpacking kicks off with a grand unboxing ceremony. TECNO isn't playing it by halves here. We're talking about wireless earbuds, the TECNO Buds 3, this smartphone that's too cool to just call a device, a snug plastic case, a protective screen guard, and a USB A to C cable. But wait, there is a 70-watt charger within this box that charges this smartphone from 0 to 100 in about 50 minutes. Headphones, nope, not in this pack, but given it's missing that headphone jack, it seems like TECNO is telling us to move on with the times and maybe just enjoy the wireless earbuds that comes alongside the smartphone. This is what I would call a premium unboxing experience. Design-wise, I'm not going to say TECNO is pulling some flagship level stuff here. Obviously, that's not the approach this year and also last year. In fact, compared to the 20 Premier from last year, I somehow prefer the former. Yes, I do. But I can understand the approach this year is to save costs where necessary and focus on things that matter the most. For that reason, you have a plastic back, or so it feels. TECNO calls this a silicone polymer, and the frame here is also plastic. The front glass doesn't come with all these certifications like the Gorilla Glass protection, and I'm guessing we might not have any here since there's a screen protector within the box. The frame is quite glossy and you definitely get prints on it. By the way, you have a case within this box to protect this device. The good thing about this case is that it has this slim real estate. You might not notice you have this case on as it practically assumes the design on this smartphone, almost the same design. That also covers the glossy part at the top, and yeah, that's a different material from the rest of the back. Design-wise, you still maintain the flat-like edges, rounded corners, slim profile from the predecessor, just a different material for the back, and the one thing you have going on for you here would be how comfortable it is to hold this device in the hands. It feels way better than holding, say, the Galaxy A55 in hand. So for the ports and I/O, there's no headphone jack here, which we had on the TECNO Camon 20 Pro from last year, although we didn't have it on the TECNO Camon 20 Premier from last year. And TECNO expects that you make use of wireless headsets. You get a dual SIM tray here with no memory expansion slots, thanks to the 512 gigs of internal storage you get with this bad boy. The back has this notification LED called the breathing light. The breathing light glows also when you charge this device, gets some sort of notification, use your timer, get an incoming call, and this is directly above the LED flash at the back of this device. By the way, it also goes off when you're fully charged. It doesn't stay on forever. You know that issue you have for most devices when your hands are wet and you can't really make use of the device or operate the smartphone? That's all gone here as TECNO has introduced the wet hand touch feature on the smartphone. There's also an IR blaster up top to control your electronics, and I'm wondering where they got that idea from. This is something that quickly comes in to save the day when I can't find my TV remote. I love this addition. For the speakers, this is an improvement from the Camon 20 Premier. When you play back audio on both of these devices, you can clearly tell that the Camon 30 Pro here has the brighter and clearer sounding audio at the max volume. This is an upgrade, all thanks to being Dolby Atmos tuned. Like I mentioned, you get a stereo speaker configuration on this bad boy, a major speaker at the bottom, and the not so good auxiliary speaker at the earpiece area, which also spills out at the top grill. For those of you who like to listen to smartphones, microphones to get an idea of how it sounds over phone calls, this is how this TECNO Camon 30 Pro sounds compared to other smartphones around this price point. This is an audio mic test on the smartphone. What do you guys think about the audio quality? Let me know in the comments. This is an audio mic test on the smartphone. What do you guys think about the audio quality? Let me know in the comments. Just like last year, TECNO maintained the optical in-display fingerprint scanner for security. Is the positioning the best in the world? Not in my opinion. Did they improve on the speed? I didn't notice any difference between this smartphone and the Camon 20 Premier. Now when it comes to displays, TECNO didn't hold back this time. First off, you get a 6.7-inch AMOLED display. Not only is this large, it also refreshes at 144Hz, making every swipe buttery smooth. The colors pop like it's the 4th of July, as Americans would say, 1080 by 2436 in resolution, which is above Full HD, and you get 1300 nits for brightness. So what does this all mean? Well, you can easily use the smartphone on a sunny day without having to struggle to see the display. You can play back videos at up to 4K in resolution on YouTube. It also means you get a smoother display, higher than the 120Hz we got from the 20 series last year, and this seems to me as a better display than the Galaxy A55. So I played back several videos on the Galaxy A55, the TECNO Camon 30 Pro, and the Camon 20 Premier from last year, and also my MacBook Pro. I noticed a pattern. The colors on the A55 matched the Camon 20 Premier, while the color rendition on the TECNO Camon 30 Pro matched that on my MacBook Pro. And I love my MacBook. So make do with that what you will. With all this on this display, you know, the hole punch cutout, the really tiny bezels, although they're not symmetrical, but who really cares when it's this tiny? There's also an always on display feature on the smartphone. I mean, this display is simply sweet. TECNO didn't hold back on a whole lot of things this time. They came all out, giving the Camon 30 Pro here 12 gigs of RAM, expandable to 24 gigs using the virtual memory support feature, which I'm no longer a huge fan of. I mean, 12 gigs of RAM is plenty enough for the smartphone. Storage is 512 gigs, so you don't really need that memory expansion slot with the smartphone, hence TECNO taking it away. The chipset that powers the action here is the MediaTek Dimensity 8200, which is really powerful, especially for the price point at which this smartphone comes in. It's smooth, it's sleek, and makes app juggling a walk in the park. If you like to see benchmark scores here, this is for Antutu, Geekbench, and 3D Mark when compared to similarly priced devices and the predecessor. In fact, this is better than the Redmi 13 Pro Plus 5G and the Galaxy A55, which cost more. For the lovely gamers out there, this is for you. PUBG can be played on Ultra HDR settings and it plays like butter. And Call of Duty, it doesn't even break a sweat. I tried the new WarZone mobile on this device, which has actually been a problem with some other more expensive devices I have here, and this played it reasonably and quite smooth. The best part about gaming with this guy is the fact that it stays cool, meaning this device doesn't have to do a whole lot of work to power through these games. Gaming on this device is actually so seamless it feels like cheating, without actually having to cheat. Let's just say it packs a punch. On this one, you get Android 14 out of the box, of course a customized skin from TECNO iOS 14, and you are likely to get 2 years of updates on this smartphone based on their track record, but there isn't any official statement from TECNO in that regard. iOS has provision for AI features such as creating wallpapers from prompts. You can use the now improved Ella voice assistant, summarize text on a web page by selecting text on that page and running the summary feature here. We've seen that a lot now, but have you seen the AI GC feature that can generate your avatar, or do I say portraits, by taking 4 photos of you? This isn't the best I've seen actually. Does it really look like me? If you think so, leave a comment saying yes and why you think it does look like me. And also do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you're new here. Thank you. There is also a feature to capture whoever tries and fails to unlock your device, and you have to dig into your settings to turn this on. Just turn on unlock capture. iOS is now really feature packed. The cameras. At the rear here is the watch face-like design, a circle with edges around the ring. It actually feels like something you'd want to hold, twist and zoom, but don't try that. It houses the triple camera setup for this device, a 50 megapixel main camera, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. The main lens here is the Sony IMX890 sensor, which is the sensor you find on smartphones like the Nothing Phone 2. The photos from the rear cameras on this smartphone blew my mind away. I didn't expect it to be this good, and yeah, the main camera didn't disappoint. And for the cloud chasers, no, I didn't say clouds, Sky Shop has got your back, letting you swap skies for something out of a fantasy. For the selfies, the 50 megapixel front-facing camera has got your back, minus the smoothing which you need to toggle off. Videos actually max out at a crispy 4K 60fps, but 4K 30fps with stabilization to keep your shots really smooth. For the selfie cameras, I did enjoy this one, and I can say I like it. So there's a dual camera set in here to record both the rear and the front-facing camera. I'm doing this at 4K, I hope it's 4K actually, but yeah, I'm recording myself and also recording what the camera sees. Now this is a front-facing camera video comparison between the TECNO Camon 2030 Pro and the Galaxy A55. I don't know. The Galaxy looks a little bit too green, but what do you think? One thing to do before you record would be to turn off this beauty feature or mode that smoothens out your pores on this one. You don't really need to look that plasticky. The TECNO Camon 30 Pro comes with big energy 5000 mAh battery for an all-day use. And the really good thing about the power here is that if you're someone who has charging anxiety, that has been sorted out with the charger from this box. You get a 70-watt charger within the box, and that should be able to charge from 0 to 100 in about 50 minutes. And that's something. I mean, good battery life, free mega charger within the box. It's a mega something actually. In the grand scheme, the TECNO Camon 30 Pro 5G isn't just a contender. It's a heavyweight champion in its price bracket of 538,000 naira or $400. It is a statement. Sure, the lack of a premium build and no IP rating, and some concern around the no official statement on software updating to the future might be there, but with its dazzling displays, stellar performance, and camera wizardry, if you ask me, it's a knockout, and sure, a worthy upgrade from the Camon 20 Pro from last year. For around $400, this actually feels like a steal, but hey, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and by the way, don't dash off just yet. Check out how this device compares against the Galaxy A55 and the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus 5G. Cool with that day.